Trapper, Chris, McEwen, permission granted. Welcome aboard. Hello. We're going to be on update 14.4 for Warships PC today for North America. We're going to be checking out the patch notes, maybe even the new game mode, all that good stuff. Otherwise, though, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy hump day, everybody. Happy patch day. Hope you guys are having an enjoyable week so far. Welcome back and welcome aboard. Hello, Chris. Rez, permission granted. Welcome aboard, Rez. Okay. So, when you first get into, there's going to be a bunch of new stuff on the armory. You're going to hit with a message about Azure Lane, the 7th wave is here. And then from there, too, there's a new game mode. If you go into each one of these, you can actually take a look at each one of the camouflages. So they have introduced more animated camouflages now. So this is the Hindenburg. Got that color changing stuff that the gear had as well. Gear Sarge, I believe, has something similar to that. Except for it's got the little purple that right there on the side. So we have an Azure Lane camouflage, or is that not? That's not a camouflage. That's an actual ship. Yeah. Azure Lane Hindenburg, Azure Lane Kearsarge, Azure Lane Bismarck. That one is a camouflage. Maybe it is camouflage, let's see. Yeah. No, these are separate ships. So just like yesterday I was showing Richter scale, this one actually came around, and it is pretty much the exact same thing we got from the console. And this one's slightly different. So this one's also a color changing one. So got like the gold stripes that kind of change and sparkle a bit. Yeah, it's looking pretty sharp. These are not camouflages. These are straight up separate ships. So Hindenburg, Azure Lane Hindenburg is a separate ship. Azure Lane Kearsarge is a separate ship. Azure Lane Bismarck is a separate ship. These aren't camouflages.
煙幕はどこ？無水支援は不可能。鉄血戦艦ビスマルクだ。私は動いてなくても当たらない体質だから私といれば大丈夫よ。
Yeah. This is a straight up, this is not a camouflage. This is a straight up ship. Yeah, that Azure Lane Bismarck is not a camouflage. That's a ship. So, that and Hindenburg is an actual ship. It's not a camouflage. Gorizia and Kearsarge are not camouflages. This one is a camouflage. And this one's a camouflage. Wow. Looking kind of nifty there, Colorado. And looks like camouflage for Scharnhorsts. Yeah, I got this one on the console. I recognize this one from the, we have it on the console, you use it a lot. And then, which one's the other camouflage? Graph Spee. Yeah, same thing. This one's also on the console, so. Console has this one as a camouflage for it, and so the Scharnhorst as well. I've seen these on the console version of ships. The Colorado looks like it's kind of new. I haven't seen this one yet. A bit new. Okay, so there's that. Let's go to the featured. Valparaiso is no longer on the shop. It's not here. Now we can go search for it maybe under this and see if it's available. It is not. Okay, so Valparaiso was a featured item for a certain amount of time. It is gone. It is gone from the armory. Valparaiso will come back later as a steel ship. At some point or another. All right, let's go watch the patch notes video. Let Boggsy give us the rundown of what it is, and then we will read the patch notes as well. All right. Ahoy, captains!
14 point. Ahoy, captains, and welcome to update 14.4. I am your host, Boggsy, here to tell you all about Perilous Route. Further development of operations with flagships, the Operation Dynamo Event Pass, a new port activity, the 7th wave of Azur Lane, and more. Enter Perilous Route, a new temporary battle type where your mission is to escort a damaged command ship so she can get repaired and join the final fight at full strength. The command ship will make 2 stops during the journey, and your job is to complete 2 randomly selected tasks, like scouting, capturing a key area, or neutralizing enemy bot fleets blocking your path. There will be secondary tasks along the way to make the missions more diverse. Each battle will feature 7 captains commanding Tier 8 and 9 ships. All ship types, except for submarines, can participate, and you can also join as a division of up to 7 players.
Woo.
Now, moving on to operations with flagships. Flagships are getting even more dangerous, gaining powerful new effects depending on their type. For example, with battleship flagships, you'll need to act fast. Once spotted, they will call for reinforcements and summon a pack of torpedo boats. So, to reiterate, be quick, as she can call them in repeatedly. Get ready for an all-out battle. But no worries, classified documents are becoming upgradable to help you take on the powered-up flagships and their fleets. Now, you can level up classified documents using special tokens, which you can earn via combat missions. All the details will be provided in a separate publication to follow. Around this time of year, we remember the greatest evacuation in history, Operation Dynamo. To honor it, we've created a thematic event pass. The first progression line offers rewards like 5 Operation Dynamo containers, the monochrome enemy destruction effect, the coastal British permanent camouflage, 3 days of premium account, and the final reward, the industrial permanent camouflage for Tier 9 battleship Duncan. Each completed extra level of this line will reward you with a More Signals container. Unlock the second progression line for 2,500 doubloons to instantly receive the industrial permanent camouflage for Tier 8 battleship Hawk. As you advance, you can earn Tier 6 premium cruiser London and 3 Operation Dynamo premium containers. The final reward is the industrial permanent camouflage for Tier 10 battleship St. Vincent. Once you've unlocked the second progression line, you can progress by completing combat missions or instantly advance by spending 750 doubloons per level. Each completed extra level of the second line will reward you with a rare bonuses container. Also, to mark the anniversary of Operation Dynamo, we've created a special PvE activity that you can engage in right in your port, inspired by this incredible historical feat. You start off with 4 cards out of 30 in total, and each card represents a ship under your command. In each battle, you will face 4 cards representing obstacles, and you will need to overcome them by strategically placing cards on the board. There will be rewards along the way, including credits and Operation Dynamo containers. And if you make it to the end, you'll earn Royal Navy Tier 6 Destroyer Gallant. Before you jump in, be sure to check out our development blog for all the details. Captains, the 7th wave of Azur Lane has arrived. That's right.
Jesus.
These elegant and powerful ladies
serious?
are ready to lead you to...
Really? Bro. Somebody might want to make that an emote.
That's right. These elegant and powerful ladies are ready to lead you to new victories. 4 dazzling new ship girls are bringing both firepower and flair to the high seas, alongside 5 charismatic commanders, each with their own unique voiceovers to cheer you on. And of course, you can dress to impress with exclusive Azur Lane camouflages, flags, and a patch, because winning looks even better with a little sparkle. Head to the Armory or Premium Shop to explore all available Azure Lane ships, commanders, and stylish content. The Warriors of Warhammer 40,000 are back by popular demand. The Space Armada returns to the vast seas of World of Warships. Fight for the Black Templars, the Brutal Orcs, the Chaos God of Blood, or Navis Imperialis. All Warhammer ships, Cross of Dorn, Ship Smasher, Ragnarok, and Ignis Pragatio are on sale, as well as commanders with unique voiceovers. Augustin Riegerwald?
No fear!
Grotmaz Smart. Arthas Rockthar the Cold.
Chaos conquers all.
And Justinian Leon 13th.
We have the Emperor's blessings.
Check out the Armory and Premium Shop for all Warhammer-inspired content, including camouflages, patches, and flags. They will be available in premium containers and bundles for those ready to pledge allegiance. As many of you probably know, 25% discount coupons are available for purchasing ships with coal, steel, and doubloons. These coupons will be refreshed on May 28th, so don't miss your chance to pick up that ship that you've had your eye on. And finally, Soviet submarines have left early access and are now fully available to research. Plus, the dockyard is still open if you want to construct your very own fierce Tier 9 premium cruiser, Blücher. That's a wrap for this update. Drop your favorites in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. Until next time, Captains. Salute.
Yeah, thanks, Bogsy. Okay. Perilous routes.
Hello there.
All right, starts on today, and this is the downtime. All right, make sure you claim your free one-day premium on that button. Perilous routes goes from today, May 14th, through June 11th. So yeah, a new temporary PvE battle type inspired by the familiar Convoy. Update 14.4 brings a new temporary player versus environment battle type inspired by Convoy, which you can be familiar with from past updates. In Perilous Routes, your mission is to escort a damaged command ship to the destination while defending her from attacking enemy fleets. During the mission, the command ship will take 2 stops for critical repairs. To resume the journey, you'll need to complete one of 3 possible tasks. Once repairs are complete, the command ship will become fully operational and will help you in the final battle against the last enemy assault. In addition, you will be assigned 5 randomly chosen secondary objectives of varying difficulty, bringing more variety to each battle. You can participate by playing Tier 8 through 9 ships of all types except submarines. All ships will be equipped with a coordinated fleet support consumable, which partially restores hit points for all teammates and the command ship. Bogsy sat next to me at dinner and asked what was your favorite ship. I said Massachusetts. He said that's common. I only have 27 sheep, but my dog always count 30. He rounds them up. Hello, Drew Bomb. Hello, Shetka. Hello, Zabex Canaries. Congo Red, hello there. Updates to operations with flagships. Since my camera is kind of in the way on this side, I'll go ahead and turn it off. Since flagships returned to our virtual seas in 14.2, you've battled and defeated these mighty opponents countless times. Now you become even more dangerous. Each flagship has gained additional effects based on its ship type. So even the odds, you now can upgrade your classified documents. This effects will become stronger with each new level, giving you the upper hand to engagements with enemy ships. In update 14.4, the maximum level of classified documents is 5, and the level cap will be increased in future updates. Upgrading classified documents requires intel tokens, which you can earn by completing combat missions. Operation Dynamo Event Pass starts today, goes through June 11th. This year marks the 85th anniversary of Operation Dynamo. Operation Dynamo saw the Allies conduct the mammoth task of evacuating over 300,000 people from Dunkirk, which was surrounded by German army. It's considered one of the greatest rescue missions in history. This year marks the 85th anniversary of the operation, and the Update 14.4 event pass is dedicated to the memory of the Dunkirk evacuation. The first progression line offers such rewards as 5 times Operation Dynamo containers, the monochrome enemy destruction effect, the coastal British permanent camouflage, 3 days premium account, and industrial permanent camouflage, or Tier 9 Duncan. Final reward. Unlocking the second progression line for 2,500 doubloons will immediately grant you the industrial permanent camouflage for Hawk. Among the other rewards, you'll also find British heavy cruiser London and 3 operational Dynamo premium containers. The final reward of the line is the industrial permanent camouflage for St. Vincent, so there's 3. Alright, so if you do not pick up the battle pass, you will still get the Duncan camouflage for the Tier 9. If you do end up picking up the battle pass, you immediately get the Hawk, which is the Tier 8, and at the end you get the St. Vincent permanent camouflage. I have them on my CC account. I can show them later for you. Here's your compensation, because this is going to be a frequently asked question. I can tell you that right now. If you already have the Hawk, Duncan, or St. Vincent. If you already have the Hawk permanent camouflage, you'll get 6 million credits. If you already have the Duncan permanent camouflage, you'll get 7.5 million credits. If you already have the St. Vincent camouflage, you'll get 9 million credits. If you already have the London permanent or London premium ship, you'll get 8.25 million credits. So no compensation for dubs on any of these. Sorry guys, no dub compensation for these permanent camouflages or even the premium ship. All you get is credits. Dunkirk 1940. This starts next week, I believe. Today is the 14th. Next week is the 21st. Deploy cards representing the little ships of Dunkirk to overcome obstacles. This actually goes for another week too, so it's June 18th. How long does this event pass go to? June 11th. Okay, so you have one more week in Dunkirk 1940. To continue the anniversary of celebrations for Operation Dynamo, we prepared a temporary port activity. Dunkirk 1940, this player versus environment activity involves cards representing the little ships of Dunkirk, which you will use to overcome various obstacles, also represented by cards. Here are the basic rules. During each mission, you will face 4 opponents. The goal is to place cards in the most effective manner to defeat as many enemies as possible. Each card you place will battle the opposing card directly facing it on the enemy side. Each card has a set of parameters that determines its power level. Some cards also have various directional abilities used to either buff allies or debuff opponents. There are 2 types of missions, key mission and supply missions. Each mission type has 3 difficulty levels that determine the strength of your opponents. Key missions allow you to earn evacuation points, which will let you progress through the activity. Supply missions will let you earn expendable modifiers to enhance your cards during battle, as well as special tokens which can be exchanged for new shipped cards and additional modifiers. Hello, Supermom. You begin the event at the fleet of 3 cards, and you'll get a 4th one after completing the tutorial. As you progress and complete supply missions, you gain access to the remaining cards of the 30 set for free.
Subaru Mom cheered 25. Hump Day.
Hump Day! Yeah! Thank you, Supermom, for the 25 cheers. Good morning. Welcome back. Despite Hollywood mythology, the vast majority of the personal little ships were piloted by military people, not civilians. Aha. Thank you, Supermom, for the 25 cheers. Happy Hump Day. Good morning. Alright, so again, this event's not going to start until another week, but it does go for 4 weeks, it looks like. Couple screenshots of the card game, which is not active yet. Dunkirk 1940 will allow you to earn various rewards, including Operation Dynamo containers. Completion of the activity will be rewarded with the Tier 6 Gallant. On top of that, collecting all 30 cards will bring you the Braving the Fire flag. Oh. Okay. That was expecting, but okay. Alright. If you already have Gallant in your port already, you will receive 3.35 million credits as compensation. Again, more credits. Soviet submarine, leave early access. And again, I'm on this side of here once more. Alright, with the release of update 14.4, Soviet submarines S1, L20, and K1 are leaving early access. If you're looking to strengthen your Red Fleet, start researching the new arrivals in the Soviet tech tree. These submarines are primarily designed to operate on the surface, relying on their high surface speed and powerful unguided torpedoes. Their first unguided torpedoes boost a long range and high damage. In contrast, their homing torpedoes leave much to be desired in terms of range, damage, and speed. These submarines can travel fast while on the surface, but their speed is rather poor while submerged. Additionally, they have low dive capacity, meaning that they can't stay underwater for long. Within their first set of consumables, they have a long-range submarine surveillance and fast damage control team. More information, okay, it'll be a second article. That seems like the theme of the patch notes today is separate article. Separate article. Separate article. Alright. As we continue. El Prefe de Historia, hello.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Have you gotten the new stuff? Still waiting on mine. I haven't checked. Alright, Blucher Dockyard continues. Ends in June 11th. You still have time to build the famous cruiser that served as the flagship of the German task force. The Blucher Dockyard is still open, meaning you have time to build this famous cruiser that served as the flagship of German task force during the invasion of Norway in 1940. Building the ship involves 20 construction phases, 18 of which can be completed by various combat missions, and 2 of which can be purchased with doubloons. We already know this stuff, right? Until you complete the 4 phases via combat missions, you can purchase 2 starter packs that provide 2 or 6 phases of the 3200 and 7800 doubloons, respectively. New cruiser Gambia awaits you in an immediate phase of reward of phase 8. Dockyard will remain in your port until the release of update 14.5. However, the dockyard combat missions will be only available during the end of the 3rd week of update 0.4. During the last week of the update, you'll only be able to complete purchases or phases with doubloons. Alright, Azure Lane 7th Wave. Started today, goes through July 2nd. So Soviet subs are just bad DDs? I guess you can say that. That's just the subs in general, fake DDs for bad players. A man comes... Okay, that's a joke. Alright. Continuing with Azure Lane 7th Wave. World of Warships welcomes back the warships of Azure Lane with their brave commanders. With update 14.4, World of Warships welcomes back the warships of Azure Lane with their bright characters and brave commanders of the 7th Wave of the iconic collaboration. This time, the prettiest fleet on the high seas is joined by 4 ships: Azure Lane Hindenburg, Azure Lane Kearsarge, Azure Lane Bismarck, and Azure Lane Gorizia. Each of their own commemorative flag. The already impressive list of commanders have been expanded with 5 newcomers and individual voiceovers: Kearsarge, Gorizia, Hindenburg, Graf Spee, and Scharnhorst. 4 new theme camouflages for Zara, Colorado, Scharnhorst, and Graf Spee, as well as the Azure Lane patch, have also been added. What's more is the contents of Azure Lane Ocean Guardians premium containers can be refreshed. You'll find the new container contents here with the release of update 14.4. More information available in another separate article. Oh, okay. Alright, Ranked Battles. Season 23 begins today. Goes through July 9th. Bronze will be 6 versus 6, tier 8 ships, no more than 1 submarine, 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, or 5 cruisers, no aircraft carriers allowed. Silver League, 6 versus 6, tier 9 ships, no more than 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 5 cruisers. Gold League, 6 versus 6, tier 10 ships, no more than 1 submarine, 3 battleships, 3 destroyers, and 5 cruisers, no aircraft carriers allowed. Oh. So this entire ranked season is no aircraft carriers allowed for both bronze and gold. But you still have subs. In the season 23, the rule for keeping the star in the event of the loss is the same for all leagues. Only the top experience earner of the losing team keeps their star. Brawls start on the 19th. Got 5 days yet for that one. It goes through May 26th. First week of Brawls is 4 versus 4, tier 10 ships. Each team must have either 2 or 3 battleships, no more than 1 aircraft carrier, 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer, 1 submarine per team. Divisions up to 4. Brawls number 2, 2 versus 2, tier 6 ships. Each team must have 1 battleship, no more than 1 aircraft carrier, 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer, 1 submarine per team. Divisions up to 2 players. Brawls number 3, 4 versus 4, tier 8 ships. Each team must have either 2 or 3 battleships, no more than 1 carrier, 1 cruiser, 1 destroyer, 1 submarine per team. Divisions up to 4. Well, at least Wargaming allows you to buy all the Australian ships directly for dollars. Bismarck is $57 with the coupon. Going to complain once, only once. It is highly wrong that Wargaming sells tier 10s outright. Alright, Warhammer 40,000. The grim darkness of the far future thematic ships and commanders are returning. May 21st, which is another week from now, and goes through June 1st. June 4th, sorry. From the grim of the darkness in the future, thematic ships and commanders of Warhammer 40,000 universe are returning to warships. The endless fight between the battle-hardened forces of the Imperial Navy and the Black Templars and the ferocious forces of Chaos and Orcs continues their virtual seas. On our virtual seas, you can lead legendary ships Cross of Dorn, Igneous Brigado, Ragnarok, and Ship Smash into battles with their famous commanders at the helm, as well as obtain thematic permanent camouflages. Are you ready to join? Armory changes. Historical commanders in From the Narvik to Dunkirk Adventure. From Narvik to Dunkirk Adventure continues May 7th through June 18th. Our historical adventure dedicated to some of the earliest campaigns of the Second World War continues on Update 14.4 and runs until the second week of Update 14.5. The second week of Update 14.4 brings the second chapter of the adventure dedicated to the Dunkirk evacuation. You'll be able to earn adventure tokens by completing combat missions and obtain each rewards as the Home Fleet Grey Historical Permanent Camouflage, Historical Commander Victor Crutchley, Operation Dynamo Containers, and special economic bonuses for free. The second part of the adventure will also bring Premium Destroyer Błyskawica 44. You can get her from both Standard and Premium Operation Dynamo Containers, or directly purchase the Admiral Bundle for her in the Premium Shop for a limited time. More about this will be in a separate article. Thanks. Commander David Betty and Franz von Hipper starts May 28th. What is that? 14 days from now? 2 weeks? During Update 14.4, historical commanders David Betty and Franz von Hipper will become permanently available in the armory. Oh, they are skilled commanders with special traits identical to those of Bert Dunkirk and Franz von Jutland, respectively. You'll also be able to purchase David Betty for 35,000 coal, while Franz von Hipper will be available for 1,500 doubloons. These are permanent captains coming to the armory in 2 weeks. All right, let's go add more. Let's go find out what the more changes are. Wait, what is this here? Additional content. Commanders Ragnar of Denmark and Ragnar fra Norge, with the additional voiceovers. The Longest Night Museum 2025 flag, Grand Trial Spring Phase flag, and Grand Trial Spring Phase patch. Alright, my camera's probably blocking this, so I'm going to put it really far up here. Alright, got it. Achievements for Clan Battle Season 30, Man of War and Hurricane Man of War. These have been updated. New coal mission chain for experimental ships have been added. It will be available for Update 14.4. Alright. Ships. Hughes, American Destroyer Tier 7. Osborne, American Destroyer Tier 8. Christopher, American Destroyer Tier 9. Burrows, American Destroyer Tier 10. I-56 Year 44, Japanese Submarine Tier 10. Zara Zabodi. Soviet Battleship Tier 9. La Harve. French cruiser tier 9. Oh my gosh. Marcantiano Colonna, Italian battleship tier 8. Oh, were added for testing for developers, volunteers, and community contributors. Future changes. The contents of the firepower premium container Wings of Freedom premium container Wings of Freedom container. The Battle of Paso de Palatria premium container will be changed with the additional update at 14.5. You can find the exact changes for that. Other changes. Fixed the bug that caused the steering gears modification 2 upgrade to not affect Autogo. Fixed a bug that caused incorrect spawning of a ship on the trap map in clan battles. Fixed an issue that sometimes caused the incorrect display of flagships icons of the ship status panel during operations with flagships. Was this the bug that you guys had a ship spawn in the volcano? I have not, the Who Jam. I have not. Alright, so fixed a texture bug for the simulated permanent camouflage. Fixed a texture for the tier 9 Bon Kohan. Fixed an issue that caused the shell caliber of several ships to display incorrectly in port. Starting with update 14.4, in the case of hide additional content options, selected the name of the collaboration or event. Ship will be replaced with the name of her historical counterpart. Update of Portrait Commander Ragnar von Sverge. Complete list can be found here. Okay. Fixed a few sound issues connected with the purchasing of opening containers. Fixed an issue which sometimes caused game clients to crash. Fixed various text descriptions. Okay. So, Azure Lane Hindenburg is exactly what the Hindenburg is. Azure Lane Kearsarge is exactly what the Kearsarge is. Azure Lane Bismarck is exactly what the Bismarck is. They are copies. The Elite Azure Lane bundle comes out to $300 in doubloons. Probably not as bad deal if you use a birthday coupon to buy the dubs. Not bad. Alright, under your armory, if we go into the Azure Lane, you can take a look here. Here is your cool Hindenburg. This is a separate ship, not a permanent camouflage. This is an actual separate ship, tier 10, premium Hindenburg, Azure Lane Hindenburg. This is not a camouflage, this is a straight up ship. Alright, so you have the Hindenburg, you have the Kearsarge, which is also a straight up ship. That is not a camouflage, that is a premium battleship hybrid tier 9. Alright, same thing with the Azure Lane Bismarck. So this is not a camouflage, this is a separate ship altogether on its own. Premium though. And the Azure Lane Gorizia is also a separate ship altogether. It is not a camouflage. It is an actual premium ship. A couple of you guys have asked if I got these ships in my account yet. I don't know because I'm not on my main account. And it looks like I've heard that it's been kind of delayed anyways. We have someone that left the company recently. I believe that was Oscons. I don't know if he's there. He was the one that was actually doing a lot of the distribution for premium ships and such to CCs. So when you play each round and your ship explodes, do you lose the ship? In most game modes, yes, except for what you saw earlier in last month, something called Unbreakable Line, which respawns. The Azure Lane bundles come out to be 300. Bomb should get that. She can't afford it. Kearsarge, I mean, I can see Bomb rocking that one. Yeah, she would. How much is 99,000 doubloons? Probably upwards of 300 bucks. Doubloons. Any amount of doubloons. 99,000 doubloons is $396. $396 for 99,000 doubloons, so a little less than $400. You were, in fact, betcha if you were to put in 100,000 doubloons, it would be exactly $400. Yes, 100,000 doubloons is $400. All right, so we read the patch notes. There are quite a bit of good camouflages in this here. So you would, if you were to go with the event pass, you get the Hawk permanent camouflage. If you do not go with the event pass, you will still get the Duncan permanent camouflage for the tier 9. But if you do buy the event pass, you get 2 camouflages, one for the tier 8, one for the tier 10. A lot of other goodies here for 2,500 blooms. If you already have those camouflages, or if you already have the premium ship, you get credits for compensation. That is going to be a frequently asked question, I guarantee it. Okay, let's see. So is there new missions for the Narvik to Dunkirk? Narvik to Dunkirk. This one? Ah, adventure tokens. Okay. We got 10 more adventure tokens. Let's see if we have a new mission that we need to opt into on this. We do. Battle of Narvik. Click the button to unlock the combat mission chain for the adventure. Completing will unlock access to the next chain and earn you 70 adventure tokens. The next chain will become available on May 21st, which is 1 week from now. Missions will be available for completion up until June 18th. On the night of April 10th, the Admiralty sent a flotilla comprising 5 destroyers under the command of Captain Bernard Warburton Lee to Narvik. Dense fog that night played in favor of the British forces. At dawn, the flotilla broke into the city's harbor, and in this surprise attack sank 2 German destroyers, including the flagship Wilhelm Heidkamp. Crippled another destroyer and also eliminated several auxiliary vessels. However, on the way back, the British sailed into an ambush, losing 2 ships, including her flagship with the commander aboard. The German flotilla managed to repel the first attack, but in doing so, they depleted a significant portion of their fuel and ammunition. The British were intent on continuing their effort, and on April 13th, British battleship HMS Warspite arrived in the ford, accompanied by 9 destroyers. The squadron was led by Vice Admiral William Whitworth, and Warspite was under the command of Captain Victor Crutchley, a recipient of the Victoria Cross. The Kriegsmarine ships fought desperately, managed to inflict heavy damage to HMS Eskimo, which lost her bow in a torpedo hit. However, by the end of the day, Narvik's waters had been cleared of German vessels. 8 destroyers and 1 U-boat had been sunk. I first saw on the Reddit that there is a free stream DLC with a tier 3 Azureland shipping commander after completing a mission. Yeah, you probably have to link your Steam account to it. Alright, thanks, Jay. Okay, so, let's take a look at those missions here. So, intel gathering, this is going to give us 1,625 tokens. Wow. 10,000 base experience or 20,000 base experience in operations with flagships. Why is it so much more higher in flagships? Is the new flagships giving you a whole lot more base experience? That'd be kind of crazy. Caused 630,000 damage to ships, 1,000 ribbons, 20 destruction ribbons, 11,000 base experience. 1,000, 1,000. Well, there's a lot of tokens in here. Why? It seems like those intel tokens are kind of high. Am I missing something here? Oh, Okay. Adventure tokens are not intel tokens. Got it. Okay, now that makes sense. So where do we use the intel tokens at? Is it in here? It's a different event. Oh yeah. I think at one point or another we had 9 different currencies going on with ships at one point or another. When you have only like 5, it's normal. So if we get tokens, if we get intel tokens, where do we use the intel tokens? Is this something that just isn't showing up yet until later? I think it's something later that pops up. Possibly for the card event soon. Oh yeah. Okay, coming up in week 2. So that was under the patch notes, wasn't it? Hover over the tokens and it tells you. On higher level classified documents and operations of flagships. Oh! Okay, so these are operation flagships. Intel tokens. That's what these are. Okay. That's why it's higher here. So you get to use your intel tokens to upgrade your flagship operation orders, classified documents. So this is not related to the Narvik period. This is separate. There we are. These are the tokens I was looking for. Alright, spot 52 torpedoes, cause 300,000 damage to ships, 1.5 million credits, 10 captures, 150 main battery hits, 500 ribbons. Okay. Well, I guess everybody would want to take a look at the new perilous routes. Perilous routes, tier 9 and tier 8s and tier 9s. We're all probably just going to be running Pomerans all day. I can see that happening. Right? Oh, that's a good question too. Do these count toward our dockyard? So, looks like they do. All right. Perilous routes is available for the dockyard. So anything that you do for perilous routes, it will count toward the dockyard missions, which is nice because I need to actually get this mission over with so we can get into week 7. So I'll go ahead and run the BB and try to get this base experience cleared so I can open up the next section here. Any questions so far? Patch notes, questions? Before we move on to an actual battle. 1800 steel on both lines. Ovara. Oh, that's Aurora. So so that ship is Aurora equivalent, but it's spelt differently. I don't think I have Aurora on this account. I do not. Total? Yeah, the intel tokens are for operations of flagships. 1800 steel from both lines. Are you talking about the event pass? So 300, 600, 900, 1200, 1500, 1800. Yeah. 1800 steel if you buy the event pass this time around. And each time you get the extras, you get a rare bonus container too. Rare bonuses container. Yeah. Is that a permanent camouflage? It's British coastal. Don't want to repeat myself too. If you have the camouflages or if you have the premium ship London already, you get just credits for compensation. You do not get doubloons for compensation for these. Alright, since I don't have a booster here, let's go ahead and remove these. Oh, that'll work. Okay. Perilous routes. There's some new experimental ships, I think, in there too. I just saw there was a new tab. Of course everybody wants to bring the battleships into this new mode. Of course! Of course. Kilotron. There is a special game mode that was going on for about a month ago that had an unlimited respawn mode. Otherwise, all other modes, once you lose the ship, you're out for that entire round until it ends. Yes. Akatsuki is pretty fun in the op. Do you get back the ship after the rounds? Yes, there's a servicing cost. Not a repair cost, a servicing cost. There is a certain amount of cost for the ship for bringing the ship into battle, period. If you lose the ship or if you save the ship, the servicing cost is the same. The higher the tier, the higher the servicing cost. If you take in tier 11, which are super ships, they cost 250,000 credits to take them in any type of battle. The super ships, our intent is to drain your credits. Alright, you get a group heal, 4 of them so far. On the PC version of ships, once your ship is lost, you can exit and go to port and you can take the ship right back out again. On the console version of ship, you have to wait for that round to end before you can use the ship again. The number of players I've seen who effectively throw the game in the name of surviving.
Surveillance stations detected along the route. Suppress them.
This sounds like the same voiceover as Star Trek. You guys remember the Star Trek missions and that same dude that was telling them that the Borg are inbound, do your tasks? Sounds like the same dude.
Enemy transport ships detected leaving the combat zone. Do not let them escape. Engage immediately.
Oh, I see. So you're talking about any battle in general, not this battle. So yeah, people intentionally trying to survive the battle thinking that it's going to reduce their repair cost are, yes, they're not aware that the servicing cost is the same. Servicing cost is the same if you lose or if you survive the ship. It doesn't make a difference. You brought the ship out into a battle, it's going to cost you, period.
Attention, enemy ships detected. Eliminate the threat to continue your mission.
Torpedos direkt voraus! Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff entdeckt! Gegnerischer Kreuzer zerstört! Wir haben einen gegnerischen Zerstörer versenkt.
That consumable's all the way on 9. It's a really far away consumable to use, man, on your keyboard. AC Strong permission granted. Welcome aboard. There was no difficulty setting for this, right? Just select an 8-9 and ship and go in, right?
Feueralarm! Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff gesunken.
All the secondaries. Destroy enemy ships. Sure, the command ship does 50% health. Currently wet outside. Thunder cell just went through.
Unterstützt das verbündete Ziel.
Okay.
So wird's gemacht.
I experienced some lag and drop in frames. Not from my stream. Well, not on my end. I haven't got any notification about that.
Höhenbruch. Wasser dringt schnell ein.
Like we're gonna have to do a flip around.
Headshot.
Problem gelöst. Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff gesunken.
There was a couple Liberty ships over here on the right, I think it was.
Attention, enemy ships detected. Eliminate the threat to continue your mission.
Already 85 here, working on 90 again today. Yeah, you guys are getting wrecked over there. This whole week, our high is like 65. And rain on and off, rain the whole week. I have mail.
Wir haben ein gegnerisches Schlachtschiff versenkt.
Allegedly. All right. Zeestrom, permission granted. Welcome aboard. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Gegnerischen Zerstörer entdeckt.
Commander, stay on course and protect the command ship.
I guess we should find out if operations with flagship is still restricted to 6-person man divs. After this battle, remind me. I'll change the div and see if we can get more than 6. Unless someone else has already tried it.
Gegnerischer Kreuzer gesunken.
Oops. I think I'm finally getting those planes shot down.
Hello there.
The German Coast Guard. What are you thinking about? Mission granted. Welcome aboard. Chat's telling me the last wave is big. All right. That's what she said.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, we didn't chase after the transport ships. There's a secondary down. So what do you guys think? Community night replacing this perilous route instead of tier 8 operations? There's only like 3 maps I think that you get for this mode anyways. Eh? Eh? Oh.
A large enemy force is advancing from the designated area. Prepare for engagement.
Seems a little boring.
Speaking. The ship's weapons have been restored and she
Oh
is ready to
no.
provide combat support.
Man. Wargaming's desperately trying to add more player versus environment, and the comments of the chat gives me it's boring. Anta. I think they probably should have added like a really extreme mode or something, hard mode for it. Perilous route, extreme mode or something. What you seen in the past 10 minutes have been okay. We haven't really lost a ship yet either. You were just in one? I don't know, depending on like the base experience for this mode, I kind of want to see if it's advantageous to grind the hell out of this on like for dockyard base experience, or if is it just going to be, you know, kind of meh experience and still be regular matches would still provide more base experience. That's what I really kind of want to know. Because if it provides a decent amount of experience, then you can just roll easy mode for the dockyard. Then with this. We lost one Pommern back here. So flagships with operations with flagships is not boring. Alright, I whaled the Azure Lane Bismarck with the coupon. Maybe that makes me like a mini whale? Dolphin, maybe? Alright. 7 kills. Second BB. Tier 8. Or tier 9. Got something to do with perilous routes achievement. 346,000 credits netted. How much? 256. 1109 for base experience. So kinda meh. Where's the lurking cheerleader? Probably not awake yet. I don't know, 1109. Where is actually the base? That's earned credits. Earned base, there it is. So essentially 1500 base left for me to go for this. Actually, you know what? This might do really well for ribbons. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, so not so much for base experience, but for ribbons though, which is going to be next on your dockyard for week 7. What was I going to look for? Oh, let's see. So operation of the flagships. I'm just gonna do an invite for div, but I'm just checking something. Ah, fudge. Okay, well, it was not a bug, guys. It's a feature. So operation with flagship is still restricted to 6 players. We cannot have 7 players with the operations with flagships. It's still only 6. This is the main reason why I don't do this mode, because when we go into it, we can have like 50 people waiting to div up, but we can only div up 6. And we can, you know, try to do a countdown for that 7th to get in the match. But what's more agitating than just having 6 is that our 7th that we go in with is not in our div, and we don't have comms for them. So every time we go into flagship operations here, we have a 7th that is a rando that may or may not coordinate with the rest of the team. Makes it so much more difficult, man. I already did. I already expressed my opinion in the CC Discord that the reason why I don't play this mode with my community is because you're limiting it to 6 and not opening it to 7. That's the whole reason why I don't play that mode. The game was already difficult enough, and you're restricting us down to 6th with one rando? Basically, you might as well just go into the match a man down. Yeah. Did you get any back from them? Nope. Not at all. All right, I see a couple of you guys online. You guys want to do this perilous route a couple more times? All right, send an invite to McEwen and Captain Morgan. Seastrom, do you want to join with this? Richter scale, do you want to... Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Change the game mode. There it is. I need to run a BB in my case. Unless Bo gets back with me, I am going to assume that we are still on for the collab. But I don't see Bo online yet, so I don't know. If Bo is down to do the collab, then I'll be taking a lunch break here in an hour and 15. If he is not, then I can push that lunch break out. It doesn't have to be a 9. You can do an 8 if you want. You have to work? You're just checking the Azure Lane Bismarck real quick. Okay. Trapper? Oh. The Battle of Narvik does not count in perilous routes. So if you want to get your Battle of Narvik completed, you cannot do it in perilous routes. At least for now. That might change. I think we're gonna go ahead and roll with what we have here. You guys want to do comms? As I can jump in comms if you guys want. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, McEwen.
Hello.
Hey, Captain Morgan. McEwen's back. Ah, the other map for this mode. Good.
Oh, go south.
I think there'll be some transports to our left that might pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Die Schlacht beginnt.
Here's a new game mode for you. Well, if it continues to be somewhat a positive, then this might get added to the rotation for the scenarios. Although it would probably be a higher tier scenarios like tier 9 and tier 10 supers, because I don't know if this scenario would work very well for 7, 6s, and 7s.
Gegnerische Streitkräfte entdeckt.
Maybe even 8s, I don't know.
An enemy aircraft carrier has entered the combat zone. Eliminate it. Attention! Enemy force detected along the route. Neutralize the threat. Attention. The enemy has seized a key strategic position. Recapture it and secure the command ship's safety.
Gegnerische Schlachtschiff entdeckt. Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff gesunken. Gegnerischen Zerstörer entdeckt. Wir haben einen gegnerischen Zerstörer versenkt.
Commander, stay on course and protect the command ship.
Hey, Stephen the Jeep. Permission granted. Welcome aboard, Stephen the Jeep. Welcome back.
Gegnerischen Kreuzer entdeckt. Gegnerischer Kreuzer zerstört. Torpedos auf Steuerbord. Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff gesichtet. Höhlenbruch. Wasser dringt schnell ein. Gegnerischer Kreuzer gesunken.
Yeah, this is perilous routes. This is the new game mode.
Gegnerischen Kreuzer entdeckt.
I can see this, if it goes well, it can be added to probably the rotation of the campaigns, not campaigns, scenarios. I mean, if it does well, if it has a positive feedback, I can see this being added to more of the... I don't know. Maybe. Doesn't seem like it's as long as the scenarios. Ahoy! Hello, Odin. Apprentice. Hey, Kyle's on. Catch Pokemon.
Attention. The enemy has seized a key strategic position. Recapture it and secure the command ship's safety.
Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff gesichtet.
Dun, 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 dun.
Gegnerisches Schlachtschiff zerstört.
See a BB out there.
Hump day, yeah!
Home day, yeah! I thought that was a submarine for a moment there. There's an icon down here. Looked like it was submarine icon. It's two ships together. We're going after the carrier.
Verstanden.
I have an old Jackal
1
song
second
playing
to
in my
wait
head when
on
it's
every shot.
when will it rain? Gar, hello. What was that?
I said that I'm late 1 second on every shot.
Oh no, you lagging?
No, the ship
dying
just
too
get
quick.
killed.
Oh, they're getting deleted. I wonder if running a tier 8 premium would net more credits in this mode than the tier 9.
Only one way to find it.
No. Amarak is in a cruiser tier 8, so we'll find out what his credits are.
Gegnerischen Zerstörer gesichtet.
Kill, my kill.
You're drowning over there?
A large enemy force is advancing from the designated area. Prepare for engagement. This is the Admiral speaking. The ship's weapons have been restored, and she is ready to provide combat support.
I don't know, man. When I played this mode on the test server, I felt like there was like 1 out of every like 3 matches we failed. So
Wir
I felt like
haben
it
ein
was
gegnerisches
going to
Schlachtschiff
be a
versenkt.
bit difficult, but
A bit easier.
yeah. Keep forgetting we have a consumable that hit points repairs everybody. I heard about that raining on the East Coast. You guys are getting slammed over there.
No.
Test server people YOLO and die just to get missions done fast. Need to factor that in. I guess, huh? Okay, you got a point. Got a point. What I'm looking for is this doable for dockyard grinding? Can you cheese the dockyard this next week with this mode? Is what I'm really looking for. Because if you're on week 6, this mode's not going to net you very much base experience. I think you're probably still going to get most base experience out of regular operations, flagships, or regular matches. However, what mode is this? Perilous Route. The dedicated mission. Dedicated player versus environment run. Think of it as one of those war tales, just one, with random a couple of random maps. Is butt cheeks one word, or does it need to be spread apart? Hello, Gar. Tier 11 CVs in queue for ranked. Oh, 11 CVs in queue and ranked. What the? Wait, I thought this ranked was no CVs, or was that brawls? $4,500 ribbons. Seriously, they want me to die from grinding? Yes. I think I told you. Uh-oh. Now. Either my backup power supply blipped, or we had a power blip. I think it was. I think my backup power supply has been starting to go. Now, Kyle, and then High Fire says that I need to sell my soul. Right. I'll be right back.
You're killing me, Smalls.
All right. I have to shut down. I have to restart the stream. So, I'll see you guys in roughly about 10 minutes when I restart it. I'll be back.